Hey guys, what is going on? XD here back again with an awesome video. It's great to have you guys back here again onto the channel. And today I'm back with another video on how to arrange. So today we're arranging an Afrotech track that I made in my previous video. Shout out to you if you have watched this video. If you haven't, you can go check it out and see how I composed this track from the beginning. And shout out to everybody that that left comments and it was just saying nice things. I mean, I did ask if you guys want me to finish it, and some of you guys like Tuba Gumede was saying I can finish it, and Gafiwala this other guy. So yeah, today we're gonna arrange this track, and then we're just gonna finish it up. I'm gonna try and keep this simple, and I'm gonna try and give you guys as much information as I can on how you can arrange this. So if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing and join our notification gang by clicking on the notification bell. So anyways, let's jump in. So what we have basically here is a loop. So we now want to expand from this loop and make it into something much bigger and something that will make much more sense basically. So what we're gonna do now is I'm just gonna show you how I usually attempt this. So we usually know that a song is like 6 minutes long, right? Like a house song. So what I would say is knowing your parts and knowing how hard you want your song to go, or the climax or the build up of your song is like what I did right now. This is basically a loop. So it starts from here, then it changes to that, and then it goes back again. So this is basically the sum of my whole track. But while I'm arranging, I can still feel like I need to add more variations and a few more instruments here and there. So I can still do that as I'm arranging, because all of this is not just, I'm not done there. I can still add on more as I'm arranging, as I see fit. So this is basically just a roundup of the direction of the track, if you're following me. Okay, so basically what I'll do is I take all of this, and then I can either move it up and start building from the beginning, or I can just duplicate this. I'm just pressing Control B. I just select like this, Control B to duplicate, and just check my time. Right now I'm already 4 minutes. I duplicate again, 6 minutes. So now this whole thing is 6 minutes. So I just extended the loop to keep playing up until 6 minutes, because that's basically the duration of the track. So I'm not saying this is how everybody should arrange their music, but for me it feels like it's less daunting when I know I have to start from the beginning of the timeline, like over here, and have to fill in everything one by one up until 6 minutes. That feels like it's a lot of work. So most people find it hard to do that. It's intimidating. But when you see this, it gets much more simple, because now you have your whole track laid out. You have your whole timeline filled up with your project. So now all you just have to do is start checking at your parts. So firstly, we have the intro. Every song has an intro and an outro, but let's start with the intro, because we have to arrange from the beginning up until the end. So let's say our intro wanted to be maybe 1 minute, right? So we know that 1 minute is right here. Right here. So what we want here on the intro is we want maybe the drums and a few sounds to kick in. So obviously I have to delete all these other sounds that do come in later. I have to delete all of this information, all of this. So let me just play that back. That has to go. Let me delete that. That sounds more like an intro, doesn't it? And another thing is, this sound doesn't have to start with the track. I can now automate the sound to start on the intro and rise up, slowly. So now I can just automate it by going here and right-clicking, create an automation clip. Then now, bear in mind that I only created an automation clip only right here at the beginning. So I'm just gonna drop that and unmute, unsolo, and so now the only thing that's starting with the track is our low string or our drone. Just gonna take out some of the bass out of it, some of the low end. And as you can hear that this sound, is building up slowly. It's not just coming in. So to accompany it, I can add maybe a crash over here. leave that. Maybe add something here. Or, matter of fact, I actually want this sound to start right there where I put the crash. So this is where you have to make all the decisions on what you want to happen, you know, to certain things. I'm just going to drop down this automation. I want this to start here. So I think that's why a lot of people, you know, don't know how to arrange, because it's not about not knowing how to arrange, but it's about finding it difficult to make these decisions on what needs to come in and what needs, you know, to build up, or what needs to come in slowly instead of just coming in one time. So this is what I did. Maybe I can just add a symbol here. So now I'm going to check for like the 2-minute mark. This is around here, the 2-minute mark. So over here is when I want something to be different. Maybe I want this instrument to start, and I'm going to load all these drums like that, and make sure that my drums are playing all the way. That playing here, I want it to start at around 2 minutes, and then I'll still automate it again. So the bass is fine there. So at this point, now I have my whole drum loop playing with the percussion that just awesome. But what I want is for this sound, this synth sound, to come in slowly. That one. So I'm going to automate this area so that the volume picks up, because you just don't want sounds to come in a boring way where they just drop in and then that's it. So that's what I'm going to do. So other drums as well came in at this point. So now I just removed, remember that that bass line that I created, that second bass line, that one. So we want this to start playing at around, like over here at almost 3 minutes. And then that'll be kind of the, I don't know what you call it, but I call it the drop or the break. I don't know what you want to call that part, but that's when the track kind of breaks down, and you know you have it build all the way up. So this is basically the midpoint. As you can see, we're in the midpoint of our track, and then you know we're just gonna give it a break here. So that's where it builds up. So if you want to add maybe an uplifting effect at this point, you can also do that. Okay, let me go into risers. Like something like this, but depends with your choice of risers. There's a lot of risers you can find, and you can just pick which one you like. So I want to swap the bass to the cutoff to come up here. Hopefully this break is not too long. So this is basically where we're gonna add sort of like a drop. I think you get the picture by now. I like that. So now I'm just gonna chop this the symbol over here so that it also keeps quiet. Then it goes like this. There we go. So what I can do is I can add a vocal here. Okay, so now let me look for something that's really interesting I can throw in here. Let me go to J sample pack and maybe look at sample pack 2. I don't remember where it has these vocals. Vocal samples. Okay, that one. I know that one is also very popular. That loop. That's piano loops I'm basically using here. Aha, then the yebo goes there. Nope, too late. Man, that sound, that vocal is loud. And then obviously we have to give it some reverb and some delay as well, because it's just like dying. Just bring that back. Some of that cymbal. There we go. But I feel like to add more emotion, like around this area here where everything is really getting heated up, we just need a high string. So the high string that I normally use is a high string in Purity. You can use any plugin that has a string sound. Even Nexus has string sounds, and they're nice strings. But I like to use the strings in here because they're used by a lot of people. A lot of producers use this plugin. So I like to use sounds that I know are familiar with people's ears, because when your sounds get familiar, people will will relate to them quicker, and they will actually, you have more chances of them liking your song, basically. I think that's the one. That's the one. Now let me just record that. That's enough. I can just then make this longer, as long as I need it to. And I do want this really long, but I'll just make it 8 bars long. Okay, that's not good enough. Okay, I'll just chop the rest out. Boom. Make sure it's quantized. There we go. Then I can just add that there. Then what I can do with this sound is I can also automate how it comes in and how it comes out of my track. So again, I go automate the volume, create automation, and I can just make sure that I bring it back over here and drag it all the way to the end. So I'm just gonna make points, like 2 points maybe here and there, and drag this point down, drag that point down. If I can make it larger, you can see what I did. So I made these curves, and so it's gonna come up and stay playing the whole time, and then it's gonna go back down. If you want, you can also add another layer of this. Like if you want to add maybe a second sound with this and make it a chord, you can also do that. by well just making another one and just transpose it. And you can do the same thing again, make another one, but I like to make sure that the lower notes have lesser velocity. Just give them lesser volume so that they're not so dominant over the main high string. Just bring them back up a little bit. Then over here I can add a cymbal. I'm gonna go into my deep out sample pack and go into cymbals. That one works. Fill in each 4 steps and drop it here when the bass kicks in. And then have it go. Just right there in the background. And at this point you can throw in a lot of effects like over here. Just to make this interesting, I can throw in effects in the middle of while all of this is happening. I can just be throwing random stuff. Maybe there. Make sure the volumes are not too intense. And if you want to also further enhance this, you can add maybe some vocal sounds, like just random sounds that'll be just, you know, maybe people talking in the middle of this. Just make it more dubby. Let me see if I can find a vocal of someone just talking, if I can get one. I know I do have some free vocal sounds that I downloaded, but I just have to look for them. So just give me a sec. I think I will find something. I just hate to look at things, to try and find things and then not find anything that makes sense.
Don't you let my... I got a fast machine.
I guess you know.
Okay, I have no idea what that is, but okay, that's not gonna work. Oh, uplifters. Okay. Okay, I cannot use Marvin Gaye. But I would definitely have to look for other sounds. Let me see if I have any in here. Nope. And I don't have any sounds. But you get the point, though. You can add any sounds that you want over here. Maybe if it's a texture of you know, like the wind or whatever, then you can add them there. But let's just move on to the last part of this. So this we're now kind of deconstructing the track into the outro now, because this is where the DJ gets to mix the track out. So after it dips like that, okay, the bass needs to come back. Bring back the bass. Well, not all the way. Play for a little bit longer. Take this sound out. over here, check out this. And maybe I'll let the high string die out at this point. And then it ends exactly how it started. So this is basically how you can arrange a full mix. So it's basically done. And as you can see over here, it's a lot. And I can just come here and I can do random color just to give a little bit of color, you know, and make all these patterns different. So there you have it. That's simply how you can arrange. So just keep in mind that you have your intro, you know, and then you have your build up over here that starts from around here and then goes up to here, and then you also want to have your break and then work on your drop. You know, I'm not sure if it doesn't sound right calling this section the drop, but this is where your track comes back. So this is more or less the climax of your song, and then it you know, it comes back in here, and then you're now just doing in reverse how we built it up. You're just now taking stuff out of it and, you know, building, well, not building, deconstructing, you know, going back to just a bare bone beat on its own. So at this point, we still haven't done the mixing, we still haven't done the mastering. So this is just the arrangement just to get the track laid out. So mixing and mastering is a whole other topic. I have videos where I show you how to also, you know, mix and master, give you really you know, really good tips on how you can get into mixing and mastering, and you know, you can get your track sounding good. And there's also plugins that you can use to actually get really good masters. I have videos on that as well, so you can check out my other videos if you haven't already. So that's it for this video, guys. I hope you find this really helpful. A lot of you guys have been asking for arrangement videos. I hope you made it till the end. If you did, shout out to you, I appreciate it. And you know, so drop me a like if you really like this video. If you're new here, remember to subscribe before you leave and check out another video. I have a lot of great content on my channel, and that's it for me, guys. So check out my store to support me and buy some of my digital products and buy my stuff on there as well. Have a great weekend. I'm gonna check you guys in my next video. I'm X and I'm out. Peace.